morning, friends. Today is Saturday, August 29th, and I'm a little late getting this out to you this week, but better late than never. It's been a tough week. Just in the last week, we've seen yet another shooting of a black man by a police officer. Jacob Blake survived 4 close-range shots into his back and is now paralyzed from the waist down. And for reasons not yet revealed, Jacob Blake is under arrest and handcuffed to his hospital bed. He can't move, but I don't really understand why he has to be handcuffed. I am completely without words at this time. I can't believe this is happening yet again. So I have turned again to the meditations and prayers of the great mystic, preacher, and civil rights leader, Howard Thurman. As a black man who knew personally the indignities of racism, he continued to preach about the joys and rituals of life. In his meditations, Thurman addresses moments of trial and uncertainty, and he addresses them with hope and a type of endurance through life. I couldn't think of anyone better to listen to at this time. So I'm going to read to you one of his meditations from the book Meditations of the Heart, and this one is titled Life Goes On. During these turbulent times, we must remind ourselves repeatedly that life goes on. This we are apt to forget. The wisdom of life transcends our wisdoms. The purpose of life outlasts our purposes. The process of life cushions our processes. The mass attack of disillusion and despair, distilled out of the collapse of hope, has so invaded our thoughts that what we know to be true and valid seems unreal and ephemeral. There seems to be little energy left for aught but futility. This is the great deception. By it, whole peoples have gone down to oblivion without the will to affirm the great and permanent strength of the clean and the commonplace. Let us not be deceived. It is just as important as ever to attend to the little graces by which the dignity of our lives is maintained and sustained. Birds still sing. The stars continue to cast their gentle gleam over the desolation of the battlefields, and the heart is still inspired by the kind word and gracious deed. There is no need to fear evil. There is every need to understand what it does, how it operates in the world, what it draws upon to sustain itself. We must not shrink from the knowledge of the evilness of evil. Over and over, we must know that the real target of evil is not destruction of the body, the reduction to rubble of cities. The real target of evil is to corrupt the spirit of man and to give to his soul the contagion of inner disintegration. When this happens, there is nothing left. The very citadel of man is captured and laid waste. Therefore, the evil in the world around us must not be allowed to move from without to within. This would be to be overcome by evil. To drink in the beauty that is within reach, to clothe one's life with simple deeds of kindness, to alive a sensitiveness to the movement of the Spirit of God in the quietness of the human heart and in the workings of the human mind. This is, as always, the ultimate answer to the great deception. I'm going to read that last long sentence one more time. These words, written half a century ago or more, speak to our time in a way I can hardly believe. To drink in the beauty that is within reach, to clothe one's life with simple deeds of kindness, to keep alive a sensitiveness to the movement of the Spirit of God in the quietness of the human heart and in the workings of the human mind. This is, as always, the ultimate answer to the great deception. May it be so in our lives and in our world. Namaste.